nation's prime.
What's going on, everybody? Steve's Prime here. We are back with another episode of River City Ransom, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, oh my goodness. I am so excited to be playing this game. I love it. Alright, so last time we did like the preliminary stuff. We did an early grind. We got our stats up. We maxed out our defense and our strength, which is a little overboard, I'm not gonna lie, and I am going completely overboard on the stat gains and stuff like that, and I will do the grinding. Now I'm not gonna grind for the items, like the special items that we'll see later in the game, but I will be grinding for these stats, and I have ways of doing it, you know. But yeah, so last episode we ate a metric ton of egg rolls and a metric ton of Merv rings, onion rings, and yeah, we got our stats up, and now we're a little bit faster too, because I definitely mismenued a couple times and put some stats points into agility. Now I have a plan for agility later, so I'm not going to be like buying a million things to do agility, because we're going to get this item later called the Texas Boots, which is going to take our kick and agility up to max. All right, and it's a pretty penny to get, but it's totally worth doing. But yeah. Next up on the agenda is we want to get our punch stat up. We had to go to the next mall to do that, but to do that, we have to make our way back to this guy named Blade at Sherman Park. So we have to do some backtracking, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get on the backtracking. But we're going to kill everything on the way back, just to kind of, you know, get some money together. Because right now we have $32, $33, and I want to have a little bit more for when I get to the next mall. So let's do it.
Backtracking. Ooh, yeah. Backtracking.
Alright, so we're back here in front of Sherman Park, and we just cleared out everything with the fat guys, and yeah, I totally died. Y'all saw that, right, in the little video? Yeah. So yeah, I ran up on that thing with like 2 bars of health. I didn't realize it, and I got caught in a little pickle, and I got killed. Now we have $20 instead of 33, but whatever, you know what I mean? Getting money is pretty easy to do, because all we gotta do is say what's up to my man Benny and Clyde and just kind of do it. But here's Blade, ladies and gentlemen. So this guy is an asshole, alright? The point of fighting this guy is to not let him get up. So after you knock him down, do not let his ass get up. Okay, because he will tag you up. If he gets that chain, he will fuck you up. Alright, but yeah, so he's kind of strong, so you want to kind of make sure that you're, you know, taking care of him, not letting him get up. There you go. Okay, because if you let him out, you got a problem on your hands, alright? Now, we're going to come back and kill him a couple more times later, because he drops pretty good money. But he still doesn't drop as much as Benny and Clyde, so we're not... Really? Bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your whole crew. What's up? No. Y'all ain't just gonna... No. Nope. What am I talking about? I really don't want none... Hey, you better run. Bam! Pussies. Alright, to the next zombie. Okay, so he said you want Slick Ice Thor first, but if we're gonna get the Thor, we gotta fight all 3 zombies, right? And they're not too far away from here, so we're just gonna kind of make our way back through, and yeah, kind of, you know, beat people up along the way and do what we do. You put up a decent fight. Good job, buddy. All right, you. Yeah, Moose. Moose. You probably shouldn't be called Moose. Probably like Gazelle or something, too. So you are not strong like a big moose. Alright. So, $33.50 on the books. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we don't have to go and fight Benny and Clyde again. Right now, we don't. Alright, so let's just run through these guys, because... And there, then no, you, and fuck you. Alright. There we go. So now we actually have to go through the warehouse, okay? I'm not dealing with y'all right now. Whoa! Come on, I know there's a way to do it. Come on. Maybe not with the Acro Circus, but maybe I need higher agility to be able to jump higher to get up there. But I know you can get on that roof. Hey, look, there's no enemies here. Nice. On the right pixel. Come on, Sneezimus. Up and over. And over. And then we're going to go through this door. Now, the enemies that are going to come on the other side of this suck. Okay, so I'm not really going to be fighting them a whole lot. I'm probably just going to run through this, but there is something I want to show in the next couple of screens. So we got the homeboys. These guys aren't that big of a deal, but we can run into the mob, and we can run into the squids here. And both of those groups suck. More homeboys. There's the mob. What's up, man? See, look at these guys. They're nuts, man. Nah, I don't want no smoke. Alright, so... fucking with the mob, man. So here we are at Merlin's Mystery Shop. 4th light in the Armstrong Thruway. And you will find the secret door that leads to this place where you get Excalibur, Zeus's Wand, Rotor Wing, Gold Medal, Isis Scroll. These things are ridiculous. They give you crazy stat boosts. Now, what I like to do with these is I like to get the Isis Scroll. Right? Just one. And what this does is it's actually going to raise our throw power. By 20 points, dude. Yes! Alright, so a couple more of those and we will have 63 throw power. Now, I'm pretty sure there's an item we can get that will enhance our throw power as well, but I like to kind of do that because sometimes I do like to pick up a thing and just throw it at somebody. But did you just kick my chain? How did you just kick a chain? You know what? Punk. Yeah, you know that hurt. You know that hurt. Alright, fuck you. Yeah, I don't really like fighting the mob, man. They're much more aggressive than I would like to deal with, you know? But, in this case, there isn't anything I can do about it because I have to kill 4 of these guys before our next zombie is going to show up, which is this guy Turk. It's party time. Yeah, this dude can fuck you up too, so let's not let him get too far away from us here, alright? Just kind of keep tossing him around. Ow! No, 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 Turk. No. No! Yeah! Bitch. Rumors are true, you're one tough dude! You goddamn right I am. Alright, so it's mob's turn. Yeah, so these zombies are like posted up all over the place around this area here. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to take all them down with the amount of health I have left. I might want to go to town, but first things first, let's tag Mojo up here. He hit himself with his own tire. Fuck you. Oh, nope. I like tossing this dude around. Alright. With Thor in the factory's back room. That's right. You don't want no. Here we are at the Flatiron's Mall, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Alright, we have 3625, which is great. So now, if we want, we can get the Dragon Feet, if we want to, right? I'm not going to, just because I have another idea for what I'm planning on doing here. Now, there is a shop here in this one that has... I just need to find it. Not this one. Here we are at the Roman Cow. You can get some Italian food. Pretty nice. Alright. Amy Sweet Tooth. Here we go. Alright. So, these right here are all simple stat boosts. And the thing is that you can't just eat them right away. Right? You gotta put them in your inventory. So I'm going to buy one of each of these so we can see which one it is that I need to get. Because there's one that I know I need to get, but I forgot which one it is. I'm not going to lie. So let's play a little game. Alright, so yes, let's eat some candy, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so first things first, let's try our mint gum. Strength. Alright, so that does strength and willpower. Okay. Lollipops. Do throw power. Okay, that's nice to know. Alright, jawbreakers. Weapon, 1 up. Nice. Rock candy. Punch, 1 up. Oh, shit. You know that's what we want. You know that's what we want. And kick, 1 up. You know that's what we want. Yes. Okay, so we are going to blow all of our money on... Oops. Sometimes you just gotta read Acro Circus twice. We're gonna spend all our money on candy. And we're going to get all of our stats up, but to do that first, now there's some more stuff we gotta check out. Now, this store is super important right here. Alright, this is Happy Feet Shoes. This is where you're gonna find your Texas boots, right? Which I believe they're right here in the shoes. Yes, alright, so $99.95, but totally freaking worth it. It maxes your kick, maxes your agility, right? Or you can buy a whole bunch of rock candy and punch bars and stuff like that, and you can get your stats up that way and not have to worry about having the Texas boots take a slot up in your inventory. Now, I have these techniques, right? I have the stone hands, I have the dragon feet, and one of the reasons why I didn't buy the dragon feet is because I do plan on maxing all the stats, and as soon as I do that, I am throwing away the stone hands technique, and I am just going to raw dog it on the controller and do cool combos and stuff with the max stats. I'm not really trying to, you know, rely on the techniques so much. When I get max power, I'm just gonna take all the techniques away and just kind of god mode it, if you will. But yeah, so I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and spend some money. Intermission. People, we are done our little grind here for a minute. Yeah, punch is maxed, people. Yes. So now that we have punch maxed, right? I really don't see much of a point in continuing to have the stone hands, because we can just do some cool looking punch combos and stuff and not have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're still gonna keep the Acro Circus though. Alright, so now when we come out here, now we don't have the stone hands anymore. We don't really need them. Let me look at that. It's just not even fair. And yeah, so this is how I like to play this game. I actually like enjoy fucking around like this. Yeah. Now we got like an actual fight on our hands here, you know? There's this willpower stack coming up. See how I just got knocked down with no health? I might lose. That's a little more challenge to the game, if you will. Instead of relying on techniques, you're relying on stats. I kind of dig that a little bit better than... How about this? Oh, you gonna put me in a lock, huh? Nah, bro. Right. See, just make it a little more interesting. You know, instead of just spamming stone hands to everybody. A little more skill in what we're doing here. But of course we have max stats, so what kind of skill are we really working with here? Whoa! Okay. Didn't see that coming. Anyway, I wanted to get back here anyway, so we're cool. Alright. So, what I want to do is I want to get up $37, right? Then when I get to the next store, I can go ahead and purchase the Fatal Steps technique, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of run up on these guys real quick. Like, yeah, you don't even stand a chance anymore. Like, they just don't. Like, it's just not even fair. Punch the shit out of you. I didn't even get his money. I was having so much fun punching the shit out of you. Yeah. Give me that. Yeah. Yeah, if I were to put the stone hands on, I would be like one-shotting those guys. And which is something that, you know, I mean, come on. You know, it ain't that hard to punch them twice. And, you know, they're done. They're just, fucking Arnold level strength over here. Yo! Yo! Enough fucking around. Alright, cool. Let's go. Hey. Just so much more fun. And I don't know, just to have, like, you know, the moveset, but to be, like, a little more, you know, not spammy. Just one-shot that guy throwing a box at him. Off the side you go, good sir. Alright. We still gotta take Thor down, too. So, you know, like, let's go ahead and finish up the video, take Thor down. And we'll worry about the grinding next video. Really? I don't see you guys over here all that often. Right, ran away. Pussy. Alright, so we took down Turk. Took down the other guy. Mojo, I think his name is. I don't know. Nameless zombie boss here. So we gotta go and take Thor out, right? So Thor is on the other side of this mall over here. So let's go ahead. Do what we gotta do. We didn't get enough to do the Fable steps, but what are you gonna do? That's anyway. When we get to the next mall, which is right after the fight with Thor, we're going to have something pretty awesome happen here. So let's just go ahead and get into this third wheel factory. Alright. Now! Yeah, don't let that happen. This actually works out, because we gotta go up here anyway. Appreciate the help, guys. Yeah. Alright, onward and upwards. And here we are. What's up, Thor? Alright, so listen, when you fight this guy, turn your back to him, okay? Because you don't want to get sent down into that pit. So try to keep him on this side. Yeah, Thor got skills. But like I said, I put the stone hands on, he's done in like 2 seconds. Haha, yes! You don't want none. You don't want none. Ow. Bitch. That guy was scrappy. Alright. Alright, for real this time. And that's how you take Thor down. Thor gives you like 325. Still not as much as Benny and Clyde. And there's all your zombies, people. So now we are here at the Oak Hill Mall. Fun fact, there's a little bit of stores on this way too, right? And one of these is super important. Alright, so we got the tea bag here. We don't really recommend getting anything here because it's not really, you know. But this store right here, if you missed the candy shop, you can get some cookies. Alright, you can get yourself some cookies. Okay, so I'm just going to run down what all these do. So I'm just going to buy one of each. And we're going to eat them all. And I am wasting some money doing this, but what else? Because we're just going to get a whole bunch of money real soon, like. Alright. Let's see what we got. Willpower 1 up. Stamina 6. There you go. So sugar does willpower. Full House is defense. A little bit of stamina. The Maple Pecan is strength. Alright, so if you missed all these little stat increases, you can do it for like roughly $1 a piece here. Here's your punch. Alright, and then the brownie, if I'm not mistaken. Weapon, yes. Alright, so we want to get our weapon stat. Let's just take a quick gander so I can show you guys where we're at, right? So our weapon stat, our throwing stat, our agility, and our kick all need to be addressed, right? The kick and the agility I'm going to address in the next video pretty much as soon as we get going. Alright? And then the weapon and throwing and stuff is going to be another one of those eat a whole bunch of frickin' junk food fucking grind, man. But there's a couple things we got to get in here while we're here as well, okay? So we got in the Oak Hill bookstore, we got the Grand Slam. Now this right here is essentially stone hands and dragon feet for weapons, right? I don't really need to get that because I'm going to be maxing my weapon stat. But if you want to, it's there. And then we have this bookstore here, which has the Javelin Man. I do not actually like this technique, okay? And I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. Because it's very situational. And you literally, like, throw the person across the room. And it's cool and all, but it's a little... We got Hack's Chicken Shack here. This is just like Merv's. You know? Get your biscuits, corn cobbler, stuff like that. Yes! So, that's pretty nice. You got the little chicken shack there. And then I want to say this is another pharmacy where you can buy more Karma Jolts. Alright, so this is like the last mall in the game, too. Because when we get on this side... You again! Oh, boy. Benny and Clyde, standing in front of the health club, like, what's up? Benny and frickin' Clyde, and they still drop $7, people. So when you have the stone hands, right, you can just go back here, come here, one-shot both of these guys, and then just kind of go with it. Just like that, you got money. And if you start running low on stamina, you can just hit up this health club. You can hit a sauna for $3.50. And so you hit up the sauna, it was very relaxing, you get some willpower back, and you get some stamina back, right? So you can get your stamina back hitting up the sauna, alright? You leave, you come back, and just miraculously there again, just waiting for another ass whooping. So, yeah, and they don't really last all that long because we have maxed out punch, right? Get this money. And if they tag you up like this, it's just jump in the sauna. It's like the perfect spot. It's like it's literally there just for these guys are just there to grind on. So, yeah. And you make an investment in your health again, and you're good to go. Oh. No thanks. Oh, it's just him? No boss music anymore? Yeah, you guys aren't worthy of boss music anyway. Alright, so. Guess what it's time for? It's time for another Benny and Clyde grind, guys. So, yeah. I know I threw the stone hands away, but we're just going to speed things up. So I can show this off. Money isn't really much of an object because these guys exist in the game. If you're willing to put like 5 minutes in, you can get like a ridiculous amount of money. So, let me show you. That's how that works, guys. And look at that. It's $7, and you come back, you come in here, you just one-shot them again. You just get them, and you just get the money. Wait for them to drop their money. Leave, and come back. Rinse and repeat, folks. So, yeah, let's have a little fun with Benny and Clyde, shall we?
Tough guy and I gotta keep feeding it, yo. Gotta get these books and food to make my stats grow. What's my name? I need my health back, I need my stats raised, I need these new moves so I can cause doom. I gotta get this cash and these the richest kids with the biggest mouth, so I'm gonna enjoy tossing them around. I'm gonna jam that stick so far up your ass that your motherfucking mouth fills up with cash. And tell your boy that he better not step, or I'ma send his ass right over that ledge. I beat y'all ass so many times, I'm not sure why you wanna keep dying. I'm a lot worse than slick, you really don't wanna. Here's 375, homie, go chill in the sauna. How they not die? Benny and Clyde. How they not die yet?
That's enough. That is enough. Benny and Clyde genocide, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness gracious. Definitely, I don't understand how those guys are still standing. I guess they keep going in the health club after I beat their ass and, you know, get their health back so that they can just keep standing out here to take another ass whooping. Alright, so yeah, I know I dropped the stone hands earlier and rebought it, but it just makes it so much faster to getting this done. It only took me like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes to get this much money, man. It's ridiculous. So, now that we have this much money, and we're pretty good on health, I think what we're going to do is we are going to make our way back to the Flatiron Mall so we can get the Texas boots and get the fatal steps and all the things we need, alright? So, when we come back next episode, we are going to make the trek back towards the beginning of the game so that we can get the items that we need. We're going to do some backtracking, and then we're going to move forward with my master plan of being completely noped out and all of that. So off screen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some of this money and I'm going to finish up the stats that I'm not getting with the Texas boots, which would be weapon and throwing. Okay? We're going to max those out with like rock candies and all that other shit. And then, yeah, it's freaking rock and roll, people. All right? So until next time, Steve's Miss Prime saying goodbye. I'll talk to y'all later. Take care of each other out there, and whatever you're going through, you got this. Peace.
Sneezing was prime.